Hello everyone, welcome to building the ultimate Matchbox car collection. My name's Tyrone, and shall we open some Matchbox cars? Some really old ones. These ones go back, about a dozen years, some of them. I really wanted a splash of colour today, so we'll start out with a new obsession of mine from 2011 is the Coyote. Coyote 500 to be exact. And whenever I'm rummaging through the collection to figure out what I'm going to do today's video on, I bump into these ones. Haven't really paid much attention to them until now, because there's a bunch of them and they're all funky colours. So let's rip and open this one from 2011. Finally get some fresh air out of its little plastic prison. What a lovely colour. Dragon, what? Off-road team? What a cool little car. As I say, didn't pay a lot of attention to them until I just kept on bumping into them. This one in a lovely blue from the same year, allegedly, 2011. So 2010 copyright on the card. The same thing in red. Maybe they released a bunch of them to encourage people to buy a bunch of them. And it worked. Lovely orangey red. Snake. Okay, so we've got snake and dragon. I wonder if it's part of some sort of Chinese New Year thing. Be on the lookout for the horse and the pig and the rat and all the others of the Chinese horoscope. Do we have another? Yes, step forward please, from 2016. Another little Coyote 500. Let's see what this has got on it. Okay, so this one doesn't seemingly have an animal. Is that the same roof piece? Yeah. Some bits and bobs on the roof rack, but no animal. Interesting. JR, whatever that means. Is that a different red? Yes. Different decals anyway, so you'll be seeing more of the Coyote 500 on this desk because I like it. Here's a lovely splash of colour from 2010. It's a stunningly greenish Porsche 914. Oh, I harp on about colour therapy, but look at this. A little bit of paint came off that. Yeah, see how it comes off? First time I saw that, I freaked out. I was like, what are they doing with the paint quality? As I play barman, wipe up after myself. But then Jeroen from CDC, Chasing Diecast Cars on YouTube, said, look around the rivet point, and that's where that paint comes from. Usually as you're opening the car. So freak out no more. Oh, can't get over that colour. And to complement it, let's do another Porsche from 2015. It's the 2014 Porsche Cayman in, should we call that canary yellow? It's very yellow. No matter what you call it, it's coming out. Extra bit of plastic in there. And look at how they go together. So cool. Next to the bright blue Coyote, and we'll waz it up from 2011. Another one I've suckered myself into collecting, the Baja Bullet from Desert Endurance. The reason why I've started collecting this car is because of this colour. When I saw it, it's probably about the 4th time I've come across it in the collection. I don't have 4 of them, it's just the 4th time I've come across this one. I thought, wow, maybe it was the light. Or my mood. Mood is so defined by colour, I think. Ah, love that colour. I went through there's almost suspension on there. Are we going to call that suspension? Oh, it does too. This video would be called Let's Open a dozen Matchbox cars, but there's a bit of a bonus at the end, so stay tuned for that one. I didn't want to call it anything other than Let's Open a dozen Matchbox cars, but you'll see my point. Stick with us, folks. Another Porsche 2014, saw lovely orange Porsche 911 GT3 with cool rims. Did I finish my last thought? Yeah, I was collecting the Baja Bullet simply because of its colour. And speaking of colour, I've gone metallic. Ah, that's cool. Goes well, doesn't it? Don't they go well? Something upside down. Sometimes it's hard to decide whether to rip something open or not. Well, not in my studio, but this is from 2010 with a broken blister. It's a Lexus GS430. As we go all twisted and open up the end that wasn't already open. It's not even going to let us do it. Eventually it will. I'll get my lawn laying knife into it. Resistance is futile. Check it out. As Tyrone goes quiet over the colour. Really should stop referring to myself in the 3rd person. Not a supervillain. I did it for laughs, so now it's a habit. Be careful of things you do for laughs, folks. Shall we stay with Porsche? 2011 gave us a Range Rover Sport in black. Not just black. I was going to say it's metallic, but it's not. So it's just black. Big pimp rims on it. I just wanted that one in the collection, actually. So that can go over there with the VIP Lexus 2010, sticking with the English. Wow, the Indians own Jaguar Land Rover, so what am I saying? It's, they're actually calling this VIP. Jaguar XK. Here we are. Ew. It's just a bit of dust. Hey, that's strange. That just sprang to my mind something ancient. Not Egyptian, more like 1981-82. For Christmas I got I think it was Yatming, and I'm yet to find it. Yatming. Yatming and Old Tomica had close ties back then. And I had what I think was a Ford Gran Torino, and I put a little bit of plasticine, little daub, above the driver, and called it an undercover police car. I don't know what happened to that car. I was sad that I had to leave it because it was Christmas, and we often drove up to Collingwood in the northern tip of the South Island of New Zealand from Christchurch on Boxing Day, and I was told I had to leave my cars behind because last year I left them at the beach. But the colour on this Jaguar, just sprang that crazy memory to mind. And for the whole week we were in Collingwood, I couldn't wait to get home to get back to my, what I think was a Ford Gran Torino. That was a tangent, wasn't it? 2011 brought us an Infinity in the sports car range, Infinity G37 Coupe, as I refrain from giggling all through the rest of this video. What have we here? It's a lovely blue. Hey, is that the Lexus blue or a different blue? It's a different blue. They're the kind of colours you keep away from each other because your eye's tricked into thinking there's some kind of problem. Or maybe that's just me. Where did I put my bartender's cloth? Or tea towel, whichever you wish. That's a nice Infinity. Infinity is the VIP version of Nissan, isn't it? Discreet luxury. It's toning down the fancy colours. And speaking of which, we've got another black one from 2014. This is the last of the dozen, but stick around because I want to flood the table, as I like to do, with variants. The TVR Tuscan S in black. This is nothing to do with colour therapy. This is everything to do with ultra cool cars. And the TVR. Thankfully that's just a bit of cardboard dust. That's the thing with the black car, isn't it? Little marks to distract the eye from what you're actually looking at. I hired a black Audi, what was that? Audi 4, what are they called? I can't remember now. A6? A4? I can't remember. In Adelaide. I went to Adelaide a couple of years back. And there was a white one and a black one sitting there, and the girl behind the counter says, "What colour do you want?" And I knew we were going to all the wineries through the Barossa Valley in South Australia, all the dusty roads and that. And looking at the black one and the white one through the window, I said, "Well, I won't be cleaning it, so I'll take the black one." And it got very dusty. Nice car though. Anyway, 2003 copyright on the base of this one. Such a nice car. I would have picked this if it was a choice, but it was just Audi's. And I alluded to another. I found this in the collection while I was rummaging from 1998, and I collect this. We used to call, well, everyone used to call this the Baja Bouncer in the early and mid 80s, now called the Flare, or in the late 90s called the Flare Side Pickup. And there are about 3 different colours of this around the place that I keep on finding then losing. So this won't be lost again, at least. And bring out its friends in a lovely purple. F-150 it is. Chrome base. See, it's got the same, except when you get to those wheels. And we'll go downstairs slightly, hopefully keeping everything in shot. But this is how I remember it. This is the Baja Bouncer. Very bouncy. And you always had to watch before you bought these from the toy shop, because that 326 was almost never in the centre of the oval. This is the original, and then it came out in orange. Same fantastic wheels, and then they went a bit funky on the wheels, these big rims, but I found the red one and today's purple one, and if you wanted to get the racing version you had to buy, it's not important that these are out front, yeah, you had to buy Team Racing to go lock, stock and barrel if you wanted that one. And I did. so I did. So yeah, a little bit of a bonus there for your video watching ecstasy. Hope you enjoyed the show. I always enjoy these ones. It's just a bit of dumb fun. Well, the whole hobby's a bit of dumb fun, isn't it? But these especially, because you get a big old splash of colour, and they're easy to make and fun to look at. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.